to Ed Foster, because this has become a focal point around the country. Quartzsite, Arizona, he is the mayor there. It's become a focal point because of the police chief and others declaring a civil emergency Sunday because people are upset about the woman, Jennifer Jones, being arrested for simply asking questions during her citizens' communication, and the mayor saying, let her speak. And then this example of tyranny is drawn. Campaign for Liberty, the Oath Keepers, and everybody to Quartzsite, so we're watching this closely. Mayor, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Alex. It's your show and your audience that really have carried the ball in this thing. It's made it an international story, and that international support has been overwhelming right now.
Well, sir, let's absolutely. This has become an international issue. This is just out of the Arizona Republic and Associated Press. Arizona town in disarray. Mayor alleges corruption. You, of course, are elected there, sir. And so I guess this is martial law. Is it true that you have now been fired by these people?
Well, effectively, I'll tell you what. Once you declare a state of emergency, the chief executive, the highest elected official, is the one that's supposed to be in charge. But this council has had an illegal meeting Sunday, in which the Attorney General has finally got so many emails and letters and complaints. And he sent out an email yesterday to everyone that he hadn't received a formal complaint about an illegal meeting. So I rushed out. We had no power. I rushed over to California yesterday afternoon, and I made sure he got at least one formal complaint signed by the mayor of Quartzsite about their illegal meeting. And the interesting part of that is, during an illegal meeting, any action taken is null and void because all business at an illegal meeting is therefore illegal. So we are technically not under a state of emergency, even though the chief of police and the town manager think they are.
No, I understand. I mean, how do they fire the mayor? How do they send a SWAT team to your house Sunday demanding you come to a meeting, and you get there and say this is illegal, this meeting, and they slam
to my house? They came to my door and they said, "You are required to be at town hall." And I wait a minute. My relationship with this chief, and he had a vest on that said police. Not whatever they call that. I don't think it's riot gear, but it is.
No, I saw them. They were dressed up for war. But, sir, to be specific, so they've declared the civil emergency. Folks were able to hear it through the window. We've now got a copy of it. Basically, it is martial law. And now...
Well, they think they have. And this morning here in a few minutes, there's going to be an illegal meeting, or at least they think there is. They have changed the schedule of the meeting from 7 p.m. this evening to morning because they didn't think anybody would be here, and already the crowds are starting to gather for the meeting. But basically, when this meeting happens at 10 o'clock from the podium, I am going to announce that this is the result of an illegal act during the illegal meeting they had Sunday. I will not compound the illegality of it. I'm canceling this meeting. I will have them reschedule it in a facility.
Well, sir, I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. This is the Associated Press. Thousands are traveling to your town. I'm told hundreds and hundreds have already traveled there. It says the far western Arizona town of Quartzsite was in disarray after the town council ousted the mayor. You're elected from power and declared a state of emergency
I'm asserting my power this morning, Art. This is going to be a three-ring circus here this morning.
Wait. So you're going to go have a showdown literally at high noon Arizona time and say, look, you may claim that the elected mayor isn't the mayor. You may claim because you got guns. This happened famously in Tennessee in a case where...
Well, we're gonna do this in 10 o'clock here in about 45 minutes. We're going to do this. And even if two people were in this whole schedule of a meeting at 10 a.m. in the morning in an attempt to do this when the citizens of Quartzsite are busy with their lives and can't come to this meeting. That's why they did it. Also, the chief I'm looking around me now, and the sheriff and all kinds of outside police forces are here on the scene. He wants to make this look so. And he is the one that's inciting. And if you look at the videos of our meeting, when he arrested Mike Ross and when he arrested Jones, he was inciting the people, He he incited.
Well, Mayor, this is what's key, sir.
Causing the problem, you know.
Sir, we're going to skip this break because we only have a few more minutes with you, this network break, because it's so important. And obviously, I feel like I've just fallen into the twilight zone here. You're the elected mayor. They're arresting people that try to speak politely during citizens' communications. They've declared an emergency. They say they fired you. So literally, they're now becoming kings. And from what I just heard you say, the local, the sheriff, it sounds like, is teaming up with the police chief.
Well,
and actually,
I don't want to go there because there's, you know, the 80% majority of the police force that actually really just well this up. They are really good officers. They're oath keepers on the sheriff's department.
No. I know that 80% of the cops support you there, and that's good. But Mayor, what I'm saying is, from what you said, he's declared the emergency. So now the mayor's gone. He's saying, "I'm boss. I'm king. I'm God." That's the nature of tyranny. But expanding, you're saying
we're not going to let him get by with
no,
it.
I know, but
That's
you're saying
Alex.
he's called in other police. I guess behaving like you're the bad guys is my point.
That's right.
Okay, Mayor, you've got the floor.
His existence with the show force that, we're in a siege mentality. And the only reason they're in that is because so many thousands of people out there who heard your show and all the other shows out there have written in, sent them emails, you know, and I've really copied most of them, and I really have never seen a threat. I mean, they're really telling it like it is. You know, you're not respecting free speech. What are you doing in courtside? Blah blah blah. And that I have not seen any kind of letter that really comes down as a threat. But these people they don't want people asking them what they're doing. They don't want to be doing their business in front of the public. That's why when they had that meeting Sunday, they locked the door. They didn't want anybody to see that happen.
Mayor, let me just ask one question, and then I want to give you the floor for the next 5-6 minutes till we go to break, so you can lay out from beginning to end what has happened and where you're going from this point. But see how good people under tyranny even try to argue that, hey, we're not bad people. Obviously we aren't. Now, if a police chief ever gets some emails criticizing arresting people for free speech, now they get to fire the mayor. I mean, if I sent an email to Austin Police Chief Arte Saveda and said, "I think you're a federal thug for taking federal money to take blood at warrantless checkpoints," would he then fire the mayor, shut down the city council, call in outside police, and declare himself emperor? I mean, let's look at the mind game, the delusion of tyranny that tyrants give us. This is asinine. This is naked, brazen, out of control ridiculousness in court sight. You are the mayor. They have told the AP, and the news is announcing well, I guess the cops say the mayor's fired. So he is. So now, I guess, if the police and the city council say that our mayor's fired, he is. I mean, why even have a city council? So I'm going to stop right there. Sir, tell us what's happened from beginning to end, the people that are massing there, what's happening, the showdown that's coming. You've got the floor.
Okay, first off, it's always about money. When I got involved in politics in Quartzsite, I'm an engineer, and they were spending $250,000 to $500,000 every month on engineering. And I look around our quiet little community out here, I saw no big projects going on, but the money kept going out. I got involved because I was concerned. And it's always about the money. When I got elected, I thought I could go in the back room and look at the books, but that don't happen because they shut me down. They took away the authority of the mayor right from the beginning, even before I was sworn into office. As soon as I was elected, the former mayor passed ordinances depriving the mayor of authority. And every time I've used any authority of the mayor, they take it away immediately. I asked the town manager for a report. The next council meeting, the council passed an ordinance that says elected officials can't ask for reports unless the whole council approves. You know, so I mean, they shut me down. But I kept after them. I used the FOIA documents, and I finally figured out that there's 8 to 10 extra paychecks going out every payday. Every 2 weeks, 8 to 10 checks, $1,000 each. We're talking about $250,000 out of a $3 million budget. Pretty significant hunk. I went to the state, tried to get the state to do it. The state actually opened an investigation, but it moves slowly.
And that's why they're acting so scared, and that's why they're so dangerous, because they know,
right.
Yeah.
They're trapped, they're cornered, and their reaction is to not to say, oh, my God, maybe we better get out of town. Their action is to try to seize more power and more power. And they actually contrived. If you look at the videos, the chief instituted himself into the business of the council. He incited the audience and created the situation where Mr. Roth was arrested the meeting before, Ms. Jones was arrested at the next meeting. You know, he's trying to institute this emergency procedure so that he can seize control of the town.
He's running a psyop. That's what corrupt cops do when they come up and shove you and say, why are you upset? Why are you upset? And I've learned to just look down and just stop talking, and they get really mad. But, yeah, they try to start a fight with you.
One night at the council podium, he got up and he called me arrogant because I just sat at the podium and smiled at him. And I'm trying to get the people out there in La Paz County and Quartzsite to do the same. Don't let him incite you, because if he incites you, he's falling victim to his plan. You know, if you just smile at him, you take all of his powers away. You know, he has no power. And truthfully, in the end, we have to win. You know, we are going to win. The state is finally, thanks to all your listeners and all the people, the state is waking up to this, you know.
Well, I mean, who needs mayors or anybody anymore? I guess once you put a police chief in, why not build a throne in the city building and I'm serious, and declare him emperor of Quartzsite?
Well, what we do need, and I'll tell you what I am, you know, I have used your listeners and the people that are calling. I've asked them to contact the governor and the attorney general, and that has had an effect, okay? But the other effect of this has been, I've literally received thousands of emails and hundreds of calls a day, and it's amazing how much this story is similar all over the country. My brother started this down in Okaloosa County, Florida, and if you look up Okaloosa County and Sheriff, I think it was Sheriff Charlie something down there, my brother got him arrested, the undersheriff arrested, a couple of county board supervisors arrested, and you know, I'm sort of following his template. The other day, I'd spoken about that, and a lady from Florida called me, and she wanted to contact my brother. And she did. I gave her my brother's number, and she contacted him. This 60-year-old lady was attending council meeting, taking notes. She probably didn't know that she could go and get a FOIA document to get the meeting minutes, but she was taking notes. A council member got up and went to her and shook his finger in her face and said, "You're a bad person." I mean, imagine that in America.
Yeah, they got something to hide. Look, here's the deal, and you know this, Mayor. We the people constitute states. The legislatures institute the laws, and when cities and counties don't follow it, and if the sheriff won't enforce the law, it's time for the state police to roll in, and it's time for that city council to be clamped down and everything to be opened up. And that's what's supposed to happen here. You've definitely got rogue government there, and it's time for the state to step up. If the state doesn't step up, then you've got a very dangerous precedent right there in Arizona.